Diddy had freak-off parties. Celebrities went to those parties. Sports stars went to those parties.
Everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up.
They won't even give me a permit for the parties, man. They don't want me to throw the parties no more. But we ain't gonna stop. We going having fun, bringing people together from all walks of life. You gonna hear about my parties? They're gonna be shutting down. They're gonna probably be arrested. It's gonna be a special night. Everybody's so serious. But we're about to be club war.
I actually went to a Diddy lingerie party, freak off party in Miami at a mansion. It was like 8 stories high, and it just kept going up, and the higher you went, the weirder was going on.
Y'all, Diddy's wild Halloween parties are back in the spotlight, and it's exactly as crazy as you'd expect. Celebs like LeBron James, Jennifer Lopez, and Ashton Kutcher were regulars, and now with everything going on, people are taking a closer look at what really happened at those events, from reports of ecstasy floating around to some pretty wild behavior. These parties had people talking back then, and even more so now. Some say they didn't see anything shady, but with Diddy's current situation, everyone's starting to ask how far things really went. And this is just part of the bigger picture. These Halloween bashes are just one piece of the puzzle. And with more details coming out, it's clear there's a lot more going on. Stick around, because this story is only getting bigger.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, for all those in London that don't know what happens to the white man when he comes to a P. Diddy party, this is what happens to the white man.
It's so unfortunate.
You gotta pull back though, so they can see. That's crazy. Matt, move out the way. You're still alive. Look at that. Look what you did. Drink out his head. And that's James from Simeon Mobile Disco. He is an actual DJ. Not supposed to pass out, but when they come to one of my parties, this is what happens to them. I put him to sleep.
Right?
You put the drink on his head.
For years, Should Diddy Comes has been the mastermind behind some of the most extravagant parties in the entertainment industry, known for his infamous white parties in the Hamptons, as well as his wild yacht events in places like Stroke. Diddy gained a reputation in the late 90s and early 2000s for throwing celebrity-packed over-the-top gatherings. These parties were all about luxury, complete with top-tier food, endless champagne, and entertainment ranging from live performers to fire dancers. Celebrities like Ashton Kutcher, Jennifer Lopez, Paris Hilton, Maria Kiwai, and Usher were regulars, making these events a must-attend for anyone in Hollywood. Selma Fona, a celebrity photographer who attended around 20 to 30 of Diddy's parties, has been opening up about what she witnessed at these events, especially now that the fallen mogul faces multiple sex trafficking charges. While Fona was there in a professional capacity, capturing moments for her career, she had a first-hand look at the wild and at times questionable behavior happening behind the scenes. She remembers Diddy's parties as something out of a movie, describing them as mini circuses with extravagant features like fire performers and limitless champagne. Everything was there for the taking, from alcohol to everything else. Fona first crossed paths with Diddy at his 1998 birthday bash, and just a year later she was at his white party in the Hamptons, where she famously captured him and Jennifer Lopez sharing a kiss on the balcony, a photo that would confirm their then rumored relationship. But despite the glamour, not everything at these events was so shiny. Fona admitted that even as a seasoned photographer, she sometimes found the atmosphere unsettling. She recounted moments that left her nerve-wracked, and as more details about Diddy's parties come to light, it's clear that what happened behind closed doors wasn't always just fun and games. She mentioned that while Diddy's events started off innocently enough, even with kids around, it was common knowledge that once the children were put away, the vibe shifted. People drank more, clothes started coming off, and it wasn't unusual to see naked women around the pool or guests diving in without any clothes. In the early 2000s, ecstasy was in fashion, and according to Fona, the line between a fun night and something darker became increasingly blurred. While Fona didn't directly witness the freak-offs, the alleged performance purses described in Diddy's indictment, she noted that sex workers were often present at parties where the rich and famous gathered, though they were always discreet. The indictment claims that Diddy, along with his associates, would use coercion and threats to lure women into participating in these freak-offs events that involved male commercial workers and were allegedly filmed without consent. Fona also pointed out that there were often moments where things felt off. She wasn't invited inside the more private areas of Diddy's homes, but even from what she could see, it was clear the parties had an undercurrent of something more than just celebrity fun. She described seeing performers who were often overly sexual and guests whose behavior became increasingly erratic as the night progressed. Diddy's role as the host wasn't just about entertaining. He made sure the drinks kept flowing, and with drugs like ecstasy being a staple at these events, guests might not have always been fully aware of what was happening around them. What started as an innocent event often spiraled into something far more intense, and according to the indictment, these darker elements were more than just spontaneous wildness. They were carefully orchestrated by Diddy and his team. While Fona didn't personally witness the alleged crimes, her recollections offer a glimpse into the environment that might have fostered the type of behavior outlined in the charges against Diddy. At one point, she recalls Diddy looking through the pictures she had taken at one of his famous parties, all while continuing to have fun and pour shots. Although the situation was tense, Diddy didn't take her camera or delete any photos, which she found surprising given the rumors that had long surrounded him. Fona, who had been around Diddy frequently backstage at award shows, parties, and more, didn't personally witness any of the disturbing behavior he's now being accused of, but in retrospect, some elements of the events were unsettling. When Diddy's Los Angeles and Miami homes were raided earlier this year as part of a human trafficking investigation, Fona had mixed emotions. She wasn't shocked by the charges, but was also surprised, since she had never seen anything incriminating during her encounters with him. She had photographed Diddy for decades, and while there were always signs of wild partying, naked guests, skimpy outfits, and plenty of alcohol and drugs, nothing had ever escalated to the level of what is now being uncovered. Since the shocking allegations against Diddy surfaced, several high-profile figures have started to distance themselves from him and his infamous parties. One such figure is Diddy's longtime rival 50 Cent, who has openly stated he avoided attending Diddy's gatherings. He explained that the energy around those events was something he didn't want to be associated with even before the allegations came to light. On the other hand, some like Ray J have defended Diddy, claiming they never witnessed any of the activities now being discussed. Ray J, a longtime friend of Diddy, mentioned that he was unaware of the supposed rooms where questionable behavior took place, and he's confident that many others in the industry feel the same way. However, insiders who worked closely with Diddy's events offer a starkly different picture. One source claims that the most concerning activities usually began in the early morning hours, long after most celebrities had left. Diddy's notorious after parties often involved guests losing their clothes and engaging in activities fueled by drugs that would keep them going until sunrise. Another insider, who worked on Diddy's white parties from 2006 to 2011, revealed that it was common knowledge that once the clock struck 2 or 3 o'clock a.m., the more prominent attendees would leave because the party would take a darker turn, often featuring workers. In a leaked video, Diddy be heard advising parents at one of his infamous white parties to put the kids away so the adults could fully enjoy the event. During the party, Diddy reportedly said, "We fed y'all, gave y'all some drinks, now it's time to enjoy life." He then told attendees that the kids had 1 hour left to stay before they had to leave. He described how after the children left, the event would transform into something even more exclusive and exciting. His comments seemed to signal the shift of the party from a family-friendly atmosphere to a more adult-themed event. As the night progressed, that's not all. In a resurfaced video, Diddy was seen giving a pretty disturbing warning to a DJ who had passed out at one of his infamous parties. DJ James Ford, known for his work with Semi-Mobile Disco, attended a party hosted by Diddy in the early 2000s where things apparently spiraled out of control. Ford was filmed unconscious on a couch. While the party continued around him in the video, Diddy panned the camera over to Ford, making light of the situation, saying that this is what happens to anyone who comes to a Diddy party. It wasn't just a simple joke. He even egged on other guests to balance a drink on Ford's head, all while...
Why would he sell his tapes on the dark net?
Is he protecting people, or are people protecting him?
Oh no, he's selling it because he needs the cash. The last freak off tape that just got sold on the dark net, which I know because I monitor, went for $500 million. It had multiple stars in it. Nicki Minaj, Rihanna, Chris Brown, Justin Bieber, Drake. It was a really interesting night in Calabasas, and he just sold that footage.
And with all these new revelations, Jaguar Wright is also back in the spotlight. She recently dropped yet another bombshell. During an interview, she claimed that Diddy allegedly sold a free off-party video on the dark web for a staggering $500 million. Wright has been no stranger to making explosive allegations about the music mogul, But this claim, which is going viral on social media, has really caught attention. According to Wright, this tape, purportedly filmed during one of Diddy's infamous parties in Calabasas, allegedly involves some high-profile celebrities like Justin Bieber, Chris Brown, Rihanna, Nicki Minaj, and Drake. However, there's no evidence linking any of these stars to Diddy's wrongdoings. She also implied that Diddy might be desperate for cash, as she claims that this dark web deal was a way for him to make money amidst his ongoing legal troubles. Wright didn't stop there. She dove deeper into the mechanics of how this content supposedly stays hidden on the dark web, explaining how dark coin is used to prevent these videos from leaking. She claimed the secret currency system is tied to how these videos filled with controversial and explicit content are bought and sold without reaching the general public. Wright even went as far as to say that Diddy was involved in auctioning off young women as an evidence linked to this dark coin. While these accusations remain unverified and have been met with skepticism from many corners of the internet, they're adding yet another layer of controversy to an already explosive case against Diddy, with his trial looming and more details continuing to surface. It seems the spotlight on the music mogul is far from fading anytime soon. As Diddy's legal troubles grow, it's clear that his once dominant presence in the music industry is rapid unraveling, with multiple trafficking allegations, disturbing footage resurfacing, and former close associates distancing themselves. Diddy's legacy is under fire like never before. The unfolding drama paints a picture of a mogul whose influence may have finally reached its breaking point, leaving many to wonder if this truly marks the end of his reign. Thanks for watching my video.